Thank you for taking time out with Premier Sports Officials Association. Sean Johnston here from Omaha, Nebraska, bringing you the rules topic of the week, shot clock. And the real main point of this training tape is accuracy. All right, so accuracy of the rules, accuracy of the pregame mechanics, and as we go through that, this is what we are trying to be consistent and accurate with. What are the shot clock regulations? When does the shot clock start? When does the shot clock reset? When does it remain the same? We're going to get into a couple case plays. And then shot clock tips. This is very important rule to review not only once, but multiple times, because yes, it was in a couple classes last year. It is in all classes in the state of Nebraska this year. And if you're working across state lines, other states are using it as well. So we're going to start with the regulations. So shot clock shall be used the entire game. A Nebraska difference. The shot clock is turned off at the 40-point mercy. So once a team reaches the 40-point mercy, we have a running clock. If we have a running clock, we are going to shut off that shot clock as so long as that 40-point mercy rule is in effect. The shot clock must be visible with no attachment to the shot clock that can affect the visibility of the clock from anywhere on the court. All right? Everybody has to see that clock the whole entire time. All right, so nothing can be attached to that shot clock to affect the visibility. Recessed and mounted on the backboard supports. And the purpose of it having to be recessed is when that ball hits the shot clock, it is deemed out of bounds. So you don't want to have it over the backboard. You want to have it clearly behind the backboard. Alternate timing device shall be available if the shot clock malfunctions. It becomes unplugged. It becomes broken. There has to be a way that scores table can still keep a shot clock. All right, so there should be a stopwatch at the table, and that horn will be an ear horn. You know, another suggestion is when it gets to 10, say 10 on the stadium microphone and count down the last 5 seconds. So you're using that PA technology that they use to who scored and who fouled for the shot clock at 10 seconds and counting down the last 5 with the ear horn as the shot clock horn. LED lights around the shot clock can be used, but it is not required. Officials, if we do have the Auburn lights around the shot clock, you can use that and the horn. All right. Typically, our eyes will react faster than the sound, but either one, the LED lights around the shot clock or the horn. And then the shot clock and timer should be sitting next to each other. It truly is a team effort, and they want to be talking to each other throughout the game. Reset, keep the same, or it hit the rim, didn't hit the rim, and we'll get into some tips and tricks of the trade. But that shot clock and timer, they're a team working together to make sure that the timing regulations are followed accurately throughout the game. So when do we start the shot clock? Opening tip, when the team first possesses the ball, that is when the shot clock operator wants to start the shot clock. All right, so when the ball is legally tipped, that's when we start the game clock. When the ball is actually possessed, that's when you start the shot clock. So that team who's in first possession of the ball has a true 35 seconds to release the ball for a shot. During the throw-in, when any player legally touches the ball, so boom, the administrating official lowers their open hand and chops the clock to start. On a throw-in, that is when the shot clock is going to start. And what's different is the team is already in possession and control on the inbounds. So once the administrating official gives the ball to the inbounder, they are in team control. So once that ball is touched, that is the 35 seconds to release the ball for try. So that's the difference there. And then in rebound, once that shot is made, we have no team control once the shot is released. So therefore, the shot clock now is not going to start on a rebound until after clear possession of the ball. Because it's not a touch, because nobody has team control if we're batting that ball around in the air. It's got to be a clear possession. So tip, possession. Rebound, possession. Throw-in, touch. When do we reset the shot clock? Whenever we have a change of team control, a turnover, a steal, a violation. Whenever there's a single foul called, a single personal foul, such as push, block, charge, hand check, hold. Whenever there's a single technical foul, a single intentional foul, and a single flagrant foul, we are going to reset the shot clock because the offended team will have a new 35 seconds to release that ball for try. After a held ball, and the defense will get the ball due to the possession arrow. New team has control of the ball, new 35-second shot clock. When a try touches the rim or flange and team control is gained, we're going to reset it to 35. And it is a full 35-second restart once that ball hits the rim. So shot clock operators, depending on your system, you want to reset that 35 and hold that button down and continue holding that button down until a team gains firm control of the ball. This is another Nebraska difference. If the shot clock is underneath 20 seconds, so let's say there's 13 seconds left in the possession, and then we have an illegally kicked ball by the defense, we are going to reset it, but we're only resetting it to 20 seconds. All right, so when we talk about pregame, make sure that clock operator knows how to reset it to 35 and how to reset it to 20. When do we keep the shot clock the same? Ball is out of bounds by the defensive team. If in the backcourt, now we need to use that 10-second count in the backcourt. So let's say it's inbounded and it's touched, shot clock starts. We have a defensive deflected ball out of bounds, and there's 31 seconds on the shot clock. When that ball is now inbounded, we can't go from 31 to 21 because we don't know the tenths of the second that's on the clock. So we're going to go 31. As we start, we're going to chop 10 seconds. Another time to keep the clock the same, officials timeout due to injury or loss of contact lens. Look at that shot clock. Make sure it does not reset. Shot attempt that does not hit the rim, and the offense rebounds the shot. So this is an air ball. All right, so when in doubt, it did not hit the rim. That is what we want to tell our shot clock operators. And then officials, if you know it hit the rim, you want to give the reset signal, which we're going to go over here in a second. But when in doubt, it did not hit the rim. After a charge timeout, the timeout does not buy more time for the offense. All right, so if they call a timeout with 10 seconds on the shot clock, when they come out of that timeout, they'll still have 10 seconds. Held ball, and the offense retains possession of the ball. Now the same team has possession of the ball. The shot clock will remain the same. In a kickball violation in Nebraska, if it's above 20 seconds, now it's going to remain the same. So we're in the front court. We have an illegally kicked ball, 27 seconds on the shot clock. Keep it at 27. You don't want to put the offense at a disadvantage and set it to 20. It is going to remain at 27 seconds. So some case plays. We have a double horn situation, and that's what we have on this picture. We have 10 seconds left in the quarter, 9 seconds left on the shot clock. All right, so when that shot is released prior to the expiration of the shot clock horn's still going to go off. And then you're going to hear another horn for the end of regulation. So don't be surprised, all right, with that double horn. You got to know what happened first. Because if you have a violation, now we go into that magic number. And the magic number is the time on the game clock minus 35 seconds and the expiration of the shot clock. So 10.0 minus 9 is going to be 1 second left. So we know if we have a shot clock violation with that 9 seconds, even though it goes 0.3 when the game clock actually stops, the magic number is 1. So we have definite knowledge of what time to put back on the game clock. Very important part at the end of the game. 36.4 seconds left on that inbounds. We have a shot clock violation. We know 1.4 definite knowledge is now on the game clock. Correcting a reset or correcting a no reset. Right? When the shot clock operator resets in error, once there's not a scoring opportunity, stop the game and have the timer use recall. What most systems have is when they reset the shot clock, the system remembers what the shot clock was at when they reset it. It's only one time. All right, so let's say there is a reset on an air ball by accident, but you don't know if they're going to go right back up with the rebound or not. So you don't want to stop the game right away. You're waiting till that scoring opportunity is no longer there. So the ball goes out of bounds, it's still the offense's ball. Or they kick it out and they try to reset the offense. That's when you want to stop the game. So you ask the shot clock operator, can you press a recall? The recall is 13 seconds. Sweet. We knew what the shot clock was at when we stopped the game. It was at 30. So 35 minus 30 is 5 seconds. 13 minus 5 is 8 seconds. So now we're going to put 8 seconds on the shot clock. As you're going through this, make sure you give teams time to adjust to this error as well. Don't just be in a hurry, reset to 8 and go. No, that's going to change strategy of the game for the offense and the defense. So make sure teams, it's not a timeout, but make sure they had enough time to communicate. 8 seconds left, this is the play we're going to run. So shot clock tips. After all pregame duties are complete, coaches are talked to, captains are talked to, book is confirmed, the ball is tested, the possession arrow works both directions. Now we need to talk to the shot clock operator. There's not a timing stipulation on this. So do that after all the pregame duties before that 10-minute mark. If it's at 8 minutes, there's not going to be a penalty. So ask these shot clock operators, when will you start it on a throw-in? Hopefully they give you the answer, touch. If they give you another answer, it's education time. When will you start it on a rebound? Control. Do you have a recall button? If they don't, now you have to talk to the timer and make sure they know how to reset the shot clock to the exact time. Have them practice it during warm-ups. You know, we talk about stressful situations and how people handle stressful situations differently. Practice will prevent stressful situations turning into bad situations. Have them practice before the game when there's no stress. When in doubt, do not reset. Tell the shot clock operators, if there's any doubt whatsoever, don't reset it. Look at the 3 officials, because any official could reset it, and it's that twirl of the finger. So if any official gives a twirl of the finger, that's indicating to the shot clock operator to reset it. And officials, if you know it hit the rim, you might be the only one on the court that saw it hit the rim. Keep twirling your finger until it's actually reset. Now, if it gets to the point where they don't see your signal and it's a safe time to stop the game, put the ball at the point of interruption, set the shot clock, and if you know how much seconds came off, definite knowledge from the time it gained control and what it should be at minus 35, you can correct that as well. All right. But these are the 4 things you want to talk every single game with the shot clock operator. Some more tips now for officials. Every possession change and after every whistle, look at the shot clock. Any official can correct an error. Any official can reset the clock. Any official can call 10-second violation. Any official can call a shot clock violation. It is not a primary coverage area thing when it comes to shot clock violation. Depending on how the play develops, it can change. And usually the official that is nearest the ball, they're so focused on that play, they lose track of the shot clock. So any official, right, dead ball officiating, off ball officiating is crucial here. Practice perfect habits. Every possession change, look at the clock. Every whistle, look at the clock. And before you put that ball in play, look at the clock. It should be perfect practice habits of always looking at that clock. What we're going to take a look at here is a shot clock video examples of proper resets and errors and situations of what we need to be aware of when it comes to shot clock game management. So here we have 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. We have a shot attempt that goes in the basket. So now we have a reset. They reset it to 35 seconds. This is an example of the ball becoming dead. Perfect practice. Make sure we're looking at that shot clock when that ball's dead momentarily to make sure it's reset, because if it's not reset to 35, we have officials going right by the table that we could do the reset signal, or we could use our voice, reset, new 35, right? And if we catch it right away, we could catch it before it's legally touched. So now here we go. The shot's going to be shot at 12 seconds. It's still at 12 seconds. It's still at 12 seconds. It's still at 12 seconds. So what the shot clock operator did here is when that shot was released, they actually stopped the shot clock. All right, where that shot clock should have been continuing to run until it hit the rim. And then once it hits the rim, now we should have it set to 35 and holding at 35 until possession is made. All right, so now that we have a held ball, all right, we should have a new 35 no matter what, because it hit the rim. But it should be holding at that 35. So this is an example. If we have a shot clock error and we have definite knowledge or a recall or we're sharing information, notice the players are not on the court. All right, the officials got together. They had the players go to their benches. They're going to talk about it as a crew. They're going to go to the timer and shot clock operator, get it all corrected. After it's all corrected, they're going to give the information to the teams. Now we're going to continue playing basketball. When we do this, the 5 players from each team must remain on the court. So now we have a throw-in, 35 seconds. When it's legally touched, all right, that's when we're going to start it. Look at the clock. Make sure it starts properly. Perfect habits. Shot goes up, hits the rim. We have a reset. Well done. Shot goes up, swish. We have a reset. But when we go back here on this shot, it was reset before that ball entered the basket. All right, so we have to be aware of that. So that could be a trend with this shot clock operator. So we're not going to stop the game and bring attention to it right now. But if the shot clock operator sets it to 35 while that ball is in the air and before it hits the rim, during the next dead ball or timeout, go up to that shot clock operator and remind them, do not reset that 35 on the shot. Wait until it hits the rim. So on this one, we have 35 seconds on the shot clock, and we have an inbound. This is now a 10-second violation. We started at 35. We are now at 25 seconds. So we're not a 10-second count. We are using the shot clock. And once the shot clock hits 25 and the ball has not achieved front court status, any official could call 10-second violation here using the shot clock. We are not waiting until 24. Once it hits 25, it is a shot clock violation. As this play continues, shot goes up, hits the rim, reset to 35 when the team gain possession. Hits the rim, 35. So here's an example of a shot clock violation. 3, 2, 1. Now we have zeros and the ball is still in the hand of the shooter. If the shot clock has a Auburn LED light around it, you could use that. All systems will have a horn, but any official can call this a shot clock violation. It's not just the nearest calling official, any official. So that shot was released prior to the LED and horn, but the horn will go off, and the reason why the horn will still continue to go off here is because we cannot reset the shot clock. We cannot stop the shot clock until the ball hits the rim or flange. So this is a double horn example where, yes, we hear the horn of the shot clock, but the horn of the shot clock does not make the ball dead because it's a shot. So we are going to continue to play. That's why it's important to have two distinct horn sounds so the players learn to play through a shot clock horn on a legally released ball prior to the expiration of the shot clock. I hope this video was educational. I hope this video helps give information to be consistent and accurate of the regulations, when to start it, when to reset it, and when to keep it the same, and tips for crew communication with the timers to prevent frustration, confusion, and unsporting behavior. Thank you for taking time out with PSOA. Until next week's training tape, officials, remember, you're only as good as your last call.